City Council meeting this evening and ask if everyone would please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. After the Pledge of Allegiance, Councilman Mike Thompson will lead us in have our invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we pray, please? Father, we come before your throne of grace tonight, boldly but yet humbly, and we ask for your blessings upon us tonight as we conduct city business and as we make decisions about the welfare of this community. We thank you for Bonner Springs. We thank you for the residents. We thank you for those who are employed here, and we thank you for our opportunity to serve the people of Bonner. Be with us tonight as we make the decisions that we're called upon to make. Watch over us. God bless us. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. And going right along, I'd like to start this evening by having a Citizens Appreciation Proclamation.
Yes.
If I could have everyone come forward.
That's a thumb?
Yeah. Appreciation presentation. I'm sorry, I said proclamation.
Can you eat this?
Presentation. Come on forward.
How you doing? Good, my friend.
And Chief, I'm going to let you introduce everyone and introduce what we're doing.
Okay. Basically, on May 22nd, 2017, Mr. Baker assisted Ms. Phillips with, she responded to an animal control call where the three animals aggressively approached her, knocked her down, and began to bite her. Mr. Baker took it upon himself to intervene and protect Ms. Phillips, to prevent an injury to herself. Very fortunate in the sense that the dogs were both highly aggressive and highly agitated. So for that, Mr. Baker, we'd like to present you with a plaque as a token of our appreciation. We do appreciate everything you did. And I know Ms. Phillips. Thank you very much.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mr. Baker, thank you very much. Seriously.
Now on to our
Cool stuff.
next item, a proclamation for Parks and Recreation Month. If I could have all the Parks and Recreation
Go Teams.
Yeah,
come forward.
good man. Ben and Jerry. I got mine on.
We're supposed to have our glasses on.
These have my prescription.
They work, watch me. They fit right over.
Supposed to leave my tag on.
Really do.
I got a rough spot on.
Absolutely.
The what? I traded them with him. Hey, you ain't been on this council. We swapped things around. Somebody ain't looking.
Should
we remove our sticker?
One of the high points of being mayor of Bonner Springs, and it's my honor to bring the proclamation. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout the
I gotta see. Oh, I thought you were going
throughout this country, including Bonner Springs. Our parks and recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of a community and region. Whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water and air quality, provide green space buffers to development, and produce habitat for wildlife. Our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. Whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and whereas Bonner Springs recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources, now therefore I, Jeff Harrington, Mayor of the City of Bonner Springs, Kansas, proclaim the month of July 2017 as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Bonner Springs. And to continue the celebration of Parks and Recreation Month, the Parks and Recreation Department is hosting 31 days of fun during July.
Yay! Scoot in, everybody scoot in.
Hey, wait a second, if I can do pink, you can do
They'll
pink.
take us serious now.
No.
No, you're good.
If I can do them, you can do them.
We're getting in the picture. I'm always in the background anyway. I might as well be in the picture.
I'm on the fair.
I know you are.
I like that gun, Jackie.
Hold on, we got one more. Come on, Rozier. Professional. Chair. Professional.
Suck it in.
Yay!
Facebook again. Would you like to introduce all these people and explain how wonderful they are?
Pink is your
Start with
color.
Mark, he's our liaison.
Pink is your color. Thank you.
Attends our meetings.
Goes well with my hair.
Appreciate him and everything he does to support us. I'll start at the end down there. Betsy, tourism special event. Ben is in the middle. He does sports, recreation coordinator sports, and then
And Jerry.
here is recreation coordinator, youth and cultural. Help me out there. Programming. There we go.
Wow.
Okay, make sure I got
Does that fit on a business card? No.
Two sides.
We challenge people this year to get your play on, to get outside and enjoy things. And I believe we have a short little clip.
Yes. Yeah, watch this. Turn the lights off. This is a good movie. You'll like
Anything
this.
else you wanted to say, or?
Tomorrow's National Sunglasses Day, so wear your sunglasses tomorrow.
Fantastic. That's why we need a picture.
We did one for the kid from Minnesota at the last function, at the last.
No talking during the movie.
Make sure your phone shut off.
Springs Parks and Recreation Department. This July, discover the power of play and adventure for children and adults. Play at the Live Park and well-being, physical health, and personal injury. During Parks and Recreation Month, our department is challenging everyone to get out and play. Whether it's summer camp, an adult sports league, exploring a trail, Zumba class, meeting friends on the playground, playing cards in the park, or exploring nature. Parks and play go hand in hand. Well,
Boo.
Who's that?
Bob Wyatt. I'm an advocate for volunteer for Parks and Rec. You know, Parks and Rec in our town, it's a quality of life issue. It's good for the kids, the programs we do. We started this community garden a few years ago, and it's really steadily growing and evolving. It brings some people together in our town, they can be together, they take little road shifts and stuff. I'm Lauren.
Who's that guy in the white hat?
Because they play with summer camp and lots of fun activities for kids. See my friends and those who go to.
Hi, I'm Casey Ebert. I have been working at the Bonnie Aquatic Park for 3 years. I love that here. I get to meet lots of great children, so lessons is especially great because I get to watch them grow and progress in their studying. Being a lifeguard is great because you get to see all the kids have fun. You get to meet lots of great patrons, and the staff here is great as well.
Hi, I'm Sean Potter. I've been a lifeguard here at BSAC for 4 years. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for Parks and Rec Month this month, and I'm going to do what I do every summer, and that's get out and enjoy the weather, enjoy my freedom, and honestly, just keep life living. I love Parks and Rec because of the ability to help other people smile. It gives me great satisfaction to be in the park, see the children. It may not bend it very well. Out on the baseball field, walk along the trails with the family, just smile. I don't know what else, but I love Parks and Rec. We love Parks and Rec.
Enjoying Parks and Recreation.
Excellent.
Good job, Justine.
Justine is the
Yeah.
brainchild behind all that. And then,
Good go.
and Weston Bitt, who is going to school for videography and works in our maintenance department. He did all that.
Is that somewhere where we can access it and share it on social media?
It is now on Facebook.
Great.
On our page.
You say Dustin Bitt?
Weston.
Bitt.
Well, thank you all for
Yeah, thanks, that was great. Suckered me into that. Hillbilly.
You know you are.
moving right along. Yeah. Moving right along. We'll go on to the consent agenda. Thank you all very much. The consent agenda this evening includes first we'd like to move on to agenda item number 3, which are an opportunity for citizens' concerns about items not on today's agenda. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the city council about items not on tonight's agenda? Seeing none, we'll move along to the consent agenda. The consent agenda this evening includes minutes of the June 12th, 2017 City Council meeting, claims for city operation, Public Housing Authority claims, street closure for JMS Entertainment doing business as 3rd Street Asylum, appointments to committees to the Committee for Marion Bond Award, Public Housing Authority vehicle policy, Public Housing Authority updated schedule of fees, Public Housing Authority pest policy, Public Housing Authority capitalization policy. Is there anything that the staff would like to pull? Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to pull, but I have a correction for the Marion Bond Award Committee.
Yes, ma'am.
It should say Shannon and Thompson, and it says Stevens and Thompson, but it would be Shannon.
Very good. All right, so noted. Anything else to be pulled or corrected?
Yes, on,
Item 10.
yes, item, page 2, vendor number 7604, MRPP, I'd like to abstain from that.
Certainly. Anything else to be pulled by the citizens? Questions? Anything to be pulled by the council?
Item number 10.
Item 10 pulled.
I've got a quick question on this check number 133807, Economic Development Services, WEDC. Is that Wyandotte County Economic Development? And have we paid them $6,000 before? Just something new.
Went up past budget cycle. It did go down a couple of years. This was just I think it's a slight increase of $500 or $1,000 over 2016.
What did we get for that? I'm getting off track. But
Okay.
I've never known.
Well-
I just want to know who that was.
That's good, and you can get that information from Sean.
From you later.
Get to be part of one.
Any other questions, concerns? I'd also like to abstain from vendor number 0402. Seeing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion concerning the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as introduced with the exception of item number 10.
I second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed by acclamation. On to item number 10, the Public Housing Authority updated schedule of fees. There was some clarification or question?
Yeah, I just wanted to pull it because I think the motion needs to reflect the 2 modifications we need to make, corrections we need to make. So I make a motion to approve the updated schedule of fees for PHA with the corrections on page 2 for painting. Should say number of bedrooms instead of number of years. And the amount for number of bedrooms for number of bedrooms 3 should read $100 rather than $95.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, concerns, comments from the council? Seeing none. Vote, please.
Stevens?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Yes.
Kip? Thompson?
Yes.
Gurley?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Rolling right along to our regular agenda item, the first one, item number 13, which is KG Properties LLC IRB public hearing continuation. Would you like to start this? Please.
Mayor,
Reopen the public hearing now. We'll go ahead and reopen the public hearing at 7:45, and as in lieu of the staff presentation.
Do we need to have a motion?
Oh, I would entertain a motion to
Mr. Mayor, I
reopen.
make a motion to open the public hearing, allow public comment, and close the public hearing for the June 26, 2017 council meeting. Yes?
Second.
But we just opened.
Just open it? Okay, I'm sorry, I was reading it off the agenda. Make a motion to open the public hearing and allow public comment.
Councilman Cooper seconded.
Okay.
Reading the script.
So we'll, no questions about that. We'll go ahead and have a vote, please.
Gurley?
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Reed?
I think that's okay.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. Tyler Ellsworth, Kutak Rock, the city's bond counsel. This evening, as you know, we're hoping to resume and hopefully conclude the public hearing on the Cade Company's IRB. You'll recall that we started this process before you, at least. I think it was May 8th, so about 6 weeks ago. And we have been sort of in discussions with representatives of the company and their attorney for the last 6 weeks to try and find a level of abatement that we think is appropriate, that staff is comfortable with and the company is comfortable with for the investment that the company is looking at making in the industrial park. So we're hoping to conclude the public hearing this evening, and also once the public hearing is concluded, if council feels like you have enough information to consider the resolution of intent to issue the IRB based on the terms of the abatement that I'll walk through here in just a minute, we could entertain that resolution. So the structure of the deal that we sort of agreed to with the company is essentially a 60% abatement for the project that they're committing to build in the industrial park. And they're committing to put a $12.4 million capital investment down there, moving Midwest bus sales down to that facility. I think sort of aggregating some of their other, consolidating some of their other facilities and businesses and operations down there, I think with the intent of continuing to grow in that location. And the company's attorney, John Snyder's here, with Jay Longhauser, a representative of the company, and will certainly answer any questions that you have about what their intentions are for further development down the road. But what we have before us this evening is a $12.4 million project. And we're looking at a graduated average of 60% abatement over the 10-year term. I think that your agenda packet materials refer to that as a 50% abatement. It's actually an average of 60% abatement. And there are 3 additional triggers that, if any of those triggers are made in the first 5 years of the 10-year term, would entitle the company to an additional 5% abatement. So right now, as things currently stand, if they just build the project that they've proposed, put in $12.4 million, they will get an average of 60% property tax abatement over the term. If they put in additional $1 million into their Front Street facility around the block here, within the first 5 years of the term, the abatement will increase from an average of 60% to an average of 65% thereafter, and so forth. So they have 3 opportunities to increase in 5% increments from a 60% abatement up to a 75% abatement over the term. The other 2 triggers, the first trigger is $1 million at the Front Street facility. The second trigger is an additional $2.5 million in the industrial park. And the third trigger is an additional $2.5 million investment beyond that. So $1 million around the block, an additional $2.5 million in the industrial park, and a second $2.5 million after that, which would potentially get them up to a 75% abatement over the 10-year term. I know that we've talked recently about graduated abatements versus a fixed abatement for 10 years, looking at graduated abatements and wondering whether at the end of the term, if the company
that's receiving the abatement is paying close to 100% of their property taxes because of the graduated structure, whether they potentially have an incentive to pay the bonds off early and protest their taxes. What we have in these documents is a form of pilot agreement that's attached as an exhibit to the resolution. And there's language in the pilot agreement that basically says the company will not pay the bonds off early. So that 10-year structure goes for 10 years so that in year 8 or 9 or 10, whatever the company has agreed to pay for their pilot, whether it's 70, 80, 90% of their taxes, is in fact the revenue that the city will receive. So they're not going to pay off the bonds early, protest their taxes, and have you stuck with something less than what you bargained for at the start of this. So I wanted to make that point clear. And I think that is more or less all the high points. I guess for the record, I know that certainly you're familiar with IRBs, having done them before, but just while we're here talking about it, I would remind you that IRBs are not payable from tax revenues. The bonds would be issued next summer, probably, based on the company's construction schedule, and then mature about 10 years after that, and the bonds would be payable. Principal and interest would be payable on the bonds from revenues that the company pays. So it's not an obligation of the city. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions. Certainly, if there are any questions of the company, their representatives here to address those.
Very good. Thank you. And for the record, I'd also like it duly noted, I had the opportunity, was my pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with Mr. Kincaid several times over the last 2 months almost, once at the school fundraiser and at the local coffee shop, and he was very complimentary of the city staff, your help, and I encourage him to continue to communicate and keep those avenues of communication open. So just wanted to disclose that. Before there's any opportunity for anyone else that would like to speak in favor of the IRB, anything to add, gentlemen? Please.
I'm John Snyder, attorney for the Kincaids on this project. And believe it or not, I'm one of those lawyers that feel like less is more as far as talking goes. So I really wanted to say 2 things. One, I wanted to thank Tyler and the staff for all their help and assistance walking through the program. They were more than helpful and diligent, and really looked out for the city's best interest throughout this whole project. And then 2, I agree with the summary that Tyler said as far as the structure, and our clients certainly fine with that structure, and very appreciative of the city's willingness to move off of the stated policy into something more of a compromise for this major investment into Bonner Springs. So that's about it, but I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know Jay Wood and Scott Kincaid couldn't be here tonight, but sends his regrets for not being able to be here. So thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for? Anyone like to speak against? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing now at 7:53.
So moved. I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none. Now we'll go ahead and move on to item number 14, I guess, which is actually considering a resolution for an IRB. Staff have anything to add? No? Tyler? No? Then I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve a resolution of intent to issue industrial revenue bonds in the approximate amount of $13,932. $13,932,170 for KG Properties LLC for property tax abatement and sales tax exemption.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Questions, concerns, comments? We'll start down here. Sir?
I have one question. The $1 million that'll go into the facility on Front Street, is there a specific earmark of where that money would go and be used for, or would that just be as needed, or how will that work?
Yeah, there's not a specific requirement as to what that would have to go towards. It's more of an investment in the property itself. It would certainly be subject to any zoning codes and city requirements, so we couldn't just buy $1 million, whatever.
I just was kind of curious.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of making, upgrading the property, making an investment in the property.
Thank you.
Very good. Sir?
You guys sell buses every state?
Potentially. I mean, I don't know that we actually are right now selling every state.
I heard something from the Wyandotte County Library down in town that are you guys going to start doing bookmobiles? That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not involved with everything with Midwest Bus Sales at that level, sorry.
Well, just something I heard from downtown librarians, and I just wanted to know because I hadn't heard that. Thank you.
Well, I'd sure encourage them to consider Midwest Bus Sales for any future bus.
That's right.
Certainly.
For my own information, I was curious on the agreement, items B and C on those, the $2.5 million investments. Do those have to be two separate investments, or can it be one project that totals more than $5 million?
It could be one project, totals more than 5 million.
Okay, so it doesn't require two separate transactions. Okay, and then out of curiosity, I know this probably isn't as much you as the cost-benefit analysis that we got. I was curious. It looked fairly favorable. The numbers did. As far as what they said for how it affects City of Bonner Springs. I was curious, in year 2, there was a drop-off in sales tax. In year 6, does that have to do with our special sales tax that we have? Would those be expiring at those times? Is that why? I just noticed it was just a significant drop-off from year 1 to 2, and then from 5 to 6.
Some of that, I presume, has to do with the construction materials that are going to be acquired as part of this.
Okay.
So this is showing the benefit of that sales tax.
Okay, so the sales tax has nothing to do with sales tax that would potentially be collected. It has to do with the materials, the sales tax on materials?
On the IRB, yes.
It would be collected.
I'm just curious, it does just a tremendous drop-off, and I know the state is the one who does this, so I'm just curious.
Sales tax generator, I believe. So I think it's more that, like, they look at the workers coming in, I think, and spending sales tax.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure what all the formula in the state is, but it's sales tax.
Has nothing to do
based
with
on their
direct
whole
sales tax, it's
operation.
indirect sales tax, okay.
Probably has more to do with the state's model, putting this together, getting out there, than it does anything material that has to do with the
But I was real happy with the factor, the ratio, because I think it ended up being, what, 1.44, I think it was, something like that, for the city, so. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Seeing nothing else?
We want to convince you that life's better in Bonner Springs. We want you to stay here.
That big investment. That sounds exactly like what they want to do. Vote, please.
Reeves?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Gurley?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Kip?
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you, gentlemen. Let everyone know that we appreciate the extended effort, and thank you, Tyler, and our city staff, as well as the Kincaid family. We appreciate it, and we look forward to you continuing to be a great member of our community. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And you're welcome back anytime.
And good luck July 4th.
Yeah, we're always here, twice a month. You can come visit us anytime. So.
Bring sunglasses.
Yeah, right around the corner. On to item number 15, an additional holiday for July 3rd. Staff?
The council members at the last meeting on June 12th requested, Councilmember Cooper brought it up, that we should consider the additional holiday for July 3rd, and it was requested that we add it to this agenda, so.
Very good.
More into it.
Very good, thank you. I would entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve an additional holiday for July 3rd, 2017.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, concerns, comments?
Not July 2nd.
Yeah, for July 3rd. Starting down here. Sir?
Nope.
No, nothing extra? Okay.
No.
No? Well, I'd like to stand and speak in favor of this, but since nobody else is talking, I'll go ahead and have a vote, please.
So you don't get a vote, so you have to, that's how you get to say you're in favor.
Go ahead and have a vote, please.
Hoover?
Yes.
Reeves?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Yes.
Gurley?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Well, I appreciate that.
Happy holiday.
Yeah, I hope, over the years, I hope the city staff recognize we're very committed to the employees and appreciate all they do, and this is just one little way. I appreciate Councilman Cooper bringing that forward. On to item number 16, which is a resolution concerning demolition of public buildings. Staff.
As mentioned, this is a resolution that pertains to the two city-owned buildings, 120 and 130 North Middleton, formerly the offices of the police departments, following a few reviews of the status of the building. We determined that we needed to move the police operations out of the building. We also did a structural review of the building. As a result of those reviews, it's being recommended that both should be demolished. So before you is a resolution authorizing just that. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the resolution for demolition of the public buildings located at 120 and 130 North Nettleton.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, concerns, comments? We'll start down here.
None.
Let's tear them down.
Sir? Nothing. Seeing none, vote please.
Shannon?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes.
Kip?
Yes.
Gurley?
Yes.
Reeves?
I guess so, yes.
Yeah.
That's a hard one for me. I didn't want to, but I think it's...
Well, I think we need more time.
So that was a yes.
Yes, that was it.
We've got to change our face.
Did it?
Motion passed? Oh, very good. By unanimous decision. I
think so.
The yes buts give me a little bit of trouble, but I have to work through those. Okay, moving on to item number 17, a change order number 1 for the 126 134th Street PRV installation project. Staff.
Good evening, Mayor, Staff Council, Rick Seiler, Public Works Director. This change order pertains to several work change directives that were made in the field during construction time. To start with the project out on 126th Street, the vault required footers, which were not on the original construction drawings. We talked to the contractor about adding those. That's item number 1. Underneath work change directive number 1. When we excavated the area out there, we actually found our spring that's been flooding our interconnect vault with BPU. We have an interconnect with BPU, and the city's responsible for that vault. That vault was owned by the city. We paid for it. It's our vault. BPU does not maintain that interconnect vault. We do. We've always had some real issues with water out there. Contractor offered to put in a drain system. We thought that was a good idea. That included both our vault and the BPU vault. And also replaced the lid on that BPU vault, which was cracked. We put a new seal on it. That's basically $500. So that was the first part of work change directive number 1, about $6,227.19. Then we moved over to put the vault in on 134th Street, which we knew it was going in deep. Well, that vault was actually sitting below the creek bed in that area. We originally were going to put that vault on footers, but due to the water level at the time and what we expected to be in the future, the decision was made to actually pour a floor in that vault. We had the contractor do that. That additional work was $3,575. So the total amount of the work was $9,802.19 for both vault projects, which is incorporated in one schedule.
Stuff you can't see.
Be glad to answer any questions if you have.
Literally couldn't see either one of those. Thank you very much. I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve change order number 1 for Sheets Construction LLC in an amount not to exceed $9,802.19 for the PRV installation project.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, concerns, comments? Start down here.
That's an addition.
Sure.
Did you say that it didn't get designed right is why this problem was?
Well, the little trick thing on 126th Street, I will tell you, is we designed that in-house. So we saved a lot of engineering dollars. It actually went through KDHE. City engineer did look at the project and signed off on it. But yeah, we did not have those footers on 126th Street.
So we designed it, and it's on us. Why are we paying for the BPU's part of it?
Because it's our vault. Those interconnects, when we make those interconnects with BPU, we own the vault. We own the valves. They're giving us an interconnect, and it's our...
But we have to pay for the...
It's our infrastructure.
There were 2 vaults, though.
Yes, we put a PRV vault in real close to the interconnect vault, which is a metering vault that we have with BPU. There's actually 2 vaults out there.
Because they afford more than us.
The metering vault has no water in it, and the PRV vault does have water in it. Yes.
The metering vault was always flooded.
But not supposed to be.
No, not really. Because the meters aren't supposed to be underwater.
That's my point. And the PRV vault is designed to have water in it.
No, the PRV vault should, we don't like water in any of our vaults, because we gotta get down in there. So the PRV's got operating controls on them too. So ideally, you don't want water in your vaults.
Okay. Pressure is
Just money.
Okay.
It's money.
It's money.
Very good. Questions? Sure, ma'am?
Will pouring a floor in that, will that seal that efficiently, sufficiently?
Yes, it did. In fact, when the contractor poured that floor at 134th Street, we actually bored a hole in that floor to make sure that the groundwater pressure does not float that floor.
Yeah.
So it'll actually relieve pressure. There's a little bit of water sitting on that floor, but not much.
Isn't that kind of like drilling a hole in the bottom of the boat?
Thank you.
None.
What about mold?
Very good. Vote, please.
Gurley?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes.
Hicks?
Yes.
Reese?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
On to item number 18. Big numbers tonight. City manager report.
Just a quick follow-up item. Last meeting, you all reviewed the citizen survey. One question that came up was taking that information and getting it out from a ward perspective. The cost to do so is $800. If you'd like to have that done, I'm happy to hear that direction and get that done here in short order. It would be available by the next council. Also, I wanted to note that city offices will be closed for Independence Day, which is Tuesday, July 4th. We're also going to be closed on July 3rd with the approval tonight. I also want to bring up the Bonner Blast and the band concert is June 9th at 8 p.m.
8:30.
8:30, I stand corrected. And then lastly, we did just get confirmation of this today. We will be holding an open house to discuss options for what we're calling the Government Services Center, City Hall, police station, so on and so forth. That'll be held on August 10th up at the high school. That'll start at 8:30, 6:30. We'll want public feedback on the concept options as we start to undertake that process. Happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Thank you. City council items. We'll start down here, sir.
Sean, I apologize. I had this on my mind for about a week. The parking lot at the pool, the northeast area, the asphalt is, it's probably got an area about 4.5 feet wide and sinking, and it's popping out. And it's where everybody drives, and I meant to get that to you, so.
Where's that Pine? Did you say Pine?
North Park parking lot, northeast corner. Office listen.
Our time is short on this council, everybody. Can draw it out.
Anything?
It's good to be back. Sorry, I had some unavoidable business travel. Wish it was fun, but the next time I got to show up was my anniversary, so I showed up on my anniversary.
Oof.
That's how committed I am.
I did the same thing.
Nothing.
I'd just like for everybody to keep an ear to the ground about the vandalism at the outdoor learning center at the elementary school. That kind of hits near and dear to my heart. If anybody hears anything, I would love to see consequences meted out.
Danny, I've already talked to kids. I'm trying to, that sucks what they did over there.
I suppose you know that the welcome to downtown Bonner Springs sign is down, okay. And then I've noticed that the city's crews have been working on the creek area behind my house. I don't know if they're all the way down there, but I noticed on the north end it looks good. On Lakewood, on the east side, on the curve down there, there's lots of shrubbery and so forth that's hanging out over the street yet. It looks like they've tried, the homeowners or somebody's tried to do something, but it's not near enough. I understand they're supposed to be 3 foot back from the curb, and it's a long way from that, but, so anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. Other than that, happy to be here.
Are we working on that creek any further down from beside your house? Are we going further past the park? You know?
I don't know for sure, but I know they've worked on it down past my house quite a ways, but I don't know how far on they've gone yet. I have to look.
The whole thing.
If they've done it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
I'd like
know.
to see them do the whole thing. I'd like to say thank you for whoever got that sideline issue on 130th and Swartz. You can see now. You notice that?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and them trees didn't need to be there. And whoever did that, that's a good job. Thank you, whoever. Other than that, everybody have a good 4th of July.
Thank you.
And read this New Ingram's, because it has a thing there about Lenexa City Center, their new governmental series, and sure they're a lot bigger than us, but it's a really good article. You can get this at the Bonner Springs City Library if you don't get it. It's just something, because you guys we're getting ready to go that way with the new building. This was a really good article. That's all I have. Thank you. Good night.
Just going to wish everybody a happy 4th of July and a safe one. Stay safe.
I just popped into my head. Do we have a status on the electronic sign that's proposed for the K7 and Middleton corner?
We are currently going through some of the design work for the actual encasement for it. So I think we said July, hopeful next end of July. The design has presented itself with design.
Right. It'll be a welcome back to school sign.
Yes, sir.
Ask him.
That would be.
That's the park.
I was going to explain it at some point whenever.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, some of you got them. The lid goes down, George.
Lava lamps.
Amber. John. Thank you. No, those are our summer camp. Not summer camp, but we had a little chef's camp, cooking camp for kids this past week in the evenings, and that's what they made. And so Justine made some so y'all can see what they were doing too.
They're cool.
So it is an aquarium. That's Jello with a
Swedish fish.
Swedish fish in there, and then the little candy stuff is at the bottom to simulate rocks.
I do want to recognize Mike Thompson, because I have 2 daughters, and if I came home with one, I might as well throw it.
That's-
Is this all, can you eat this?
Yeah.
A lot of suffering.
Okay.
I had kids too.
That's all right. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm a grandpa.
I'm gonna eat it.
I wouldn't take one.
Fish die 'cause you're gonna be
I take two, but I don't take it because it's just.
It's one of the things that they do, created a camp, and where summer camp maxed out, because you can only have 10 at a time. And so it's maxed out.
And if I could say that,
Well, very good.
Biology
Lost
class.
control.
Yes, I've lost
the
control.
lady who does that,
Control, Mr. Mayor.
I did want Parks and Rec to know how much I appreciate all that you're doing this month and the support with the city band concert and how well received that's been. We've had 3 concerts so far, and our next one is this Thursday, and it's the Patriotic Band Concert with the fireworks display that will follow, and it starts at 8:30. Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to thank you for climbing up there and stopping that fan from last concert, sitting right underneath it. I appreciate you taking care of that in the moment.
Well, Dave,
can you play the clarinet?
the downtown bandstand, or that whole park, is a wonderful addition to the community, and it will have to continue to be kept up just like all our city facilities. And there's some issues that will come along in normal park maintenance, but we have great facilities, and we have to plan to keep them up. As you go by down there and look at it, there's a few shingles off the top of that, and those are things that we have to address right along. We can't just put them all off until someday in the future, like we're experiencing. So we have to use this lesson that we did tonight to restore our commitment to keeping all of our facilities maintained. Also, welcoming the study on the city facilities and assets that we do have, and the suggestions as to what this government services center discussion will bring. And whether it's, we all have our own personal objectives, I'm sure, but this is a concerted, professional approach to looking at what our advantages are and how best to utilize them for the city of Bonner Springs. So this is an important thing that we're working through, something we just don't stick on a project manager and have them come up with a magic answer. So we're still a small town, but we have professional needs, and we're meeting those needs. I appreciate all of your attention to that, and looking forward to that. Speaking of Parks and Recreation, I had an opportunity to drive by the sand volleyball arena, courts, whatever you want to call it. They look great. I can't wait to have big cutthroat tournaments up there. I'm sure the tourism director can hinge that into us being the sand volleyball capital of Wyandotte County. Also, the facilities down at Lions Park, all the way at the end, the basketball court, is there a chance that could also be lined or utilized or fenced for futsal?
You don't need a fence for futsal, though.
What is
futsal? It's a heck of a lot easier to play if there's at least a 4-inch rebound fence around the outside of it.
Chase it down?
Yes.
Chase the ball down? It could.
Well, I myself personally don't have any desire to play futsal, but it is a big draw in other parts of Wyandotte County, and something that I would think would be easy to use, or easily accommodated there. Futsal is a soccer game played on a basketball court with a smaller weighted ball. It's excellent for developing foot skills. The Sporting KC and the Unified Government has put in several futsal courts across the county. Unfortunately, much to our dismay, none in Bonner Springs, but there is that is an opportunity down in Edwardsville. But something to consider. Also, I saw you have golf, frisbee golf, goals, holes, whatever you call them, up in the park across the bridge?
The backside of Lions Park.
Is that just the 2 holes that you had?
Well, there was some more that got vandalized, and so that was kind of an experiment with Jack. And so now we have budgeted this year to put 18 holes in North Park with real baskets and concrete pads and the whole works.
Great. Super. I saw those. There was some discussion about that. That's why I noticed those and thought that was great. Oh, Edwardsville's looking at putting in some. So I'm glad they don't have enough space for 18. So life is better in Bonner Springs. For all the Frisbee.
We put in mine. I know.
Yeah.
You got room for a new baseball field, complex, 5 fields?
Give me the money.
With the new soccer facility that's opened up up by the Legends, there'll be more and more opportunities for those kind of foot games, foot skill games. In the last 2 weeks, I've had an opportunity to discuss items with both all the Wyandotte County mayors. Appreciated that, and continue to have the same concerns with that we've always had. Nothing new, so I don't have anything else to bring, unless anyone has questions for me.
Sure, I got 2 things came up. Mr. Dobbs, that part of the walking trail and that southeast corner, are we getting any closer to getting that thing completed?
We're working on it.
Southeast corner.
At the mercy of the companies, Little Joe's or Dale's.
Okay. So the ground's ready, it's just
Well, they've got to re-prep the ground because it's declared, they call it unsuitable ground.
Gotcha.
And so Dale Brothers is going to come in and take 3-inch rock, Porterville, and then our engineer's going to come watch and make sure they do it properly and incorporate that into that ground there. And then they're going to, tap it all out, level it up, and then come in and pave over it.
What about where the creek is eating into the trail?
We discussed that for the budget of next year.
Yeah, that's part of that Spring Creek.
I'm not sure if they were just mowing and cleaning or if they were digging the ditches or what they're doing. I'm not sure.
Well, it was just mowing so far as long as.
And then one other thing, as Mr. Peterson mentioned and you, Mr. Mayor, mentioned about the open house. It's a little over a month away, but I think it might be important for everybody to put that on the calendar. It is not for us to speak, it's to let the people speak what they'd like to see. But one of the things I have heard in the last several months from constituents is they don't feel that they see us at anything. And this would be a great opportunity for visibility for council members to be there and be visible.
Well,
Yes, I agree. We're only visible twice a month at the city council meetings, and they're all welcome to attend.
Yeah.
Seeing nothing else?
Well,
Yes?
I'd just like to say something about this. The girl that did this, and the same one that did the video, you guys, I know the parks people, that woman's done an exceptional job with everything she does. She committed to Wyandotte County. She couldn't find a home here, but she bought one over by Providence. That's somebody that's worth keeping.
Yep.
She's real good at her job, and she likes her job. And I just want to say that. I've seen her in action. She's damn good. One of your employees, Skip. That's all I got.
Very good. We're adjourned.
Make sure.